In a survey, some students were asked about their favorite type of music. They could choose classical, folk, reggae, or rock. The following relative frequencies were calculated from the results. 300 students took part in the survey. Calculate the number of students who chose reggae. So what we will do is, first we'll find the frequency for reggae, and that's going to be frequency of reggae 1 minus 0.15 minus 0.22 minus 0.39. That's going to equal to 0.24. Now to find the number of students, what we will do is we will multiply 300 with 0.24 because 0.24 is your total students, and that gives us 3 times 24, which is 72. So that is your answer. Question 15 says, complete the Venn diagram. So x is a factor of 24 for f, and for set S, x is a square number between 1 to 10. So that is your universal set. So factors of 24 are 2 and 12, 6 and 4, 3 and 8, 24 and 1. Now square numbers between 1 to 10. Square numbers between 1 to 10 are going to be 4, 1, and 9. So if we look at what's common between the factors of 24, which are only limited to this, and this, 12 and 24 are out because they're greater than 10. So intersection is firstly going to be 1 and 4 because these are the common elements. So for S, we're left with 9. And for F, we have 2, 6, 3, and 8. Then the second part says, find the number of F union S complement. So first, let's find F union. F union S is going to be all of the values. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. So what's not going to be part of this are the values that are outside. So outside we have 5, 7, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So F union S complement includes 5, 7, and 10. So that means for the number, it's 3 elements. In the Venn diagram, shade the region represented by P intersection Q intersection R complement. So P intersection Q is basically this. But since it says R complement, that means we cannot include this middle region. So what we basically have is just this part. That is the answer. Question 16 says solve the equation 5 minus 2x equals to 12. So what we will do is we will collect the like terms on each side. I'm going to take the constant to the right hand side. So it's negative 2x equals to 12 minus 5, which is going to give us 7. X equals to 7 or negative 2, so negative 7 by 2. Then in the next part, it says find the integers that satisfy 3x less than equal to 6 and greater than equal to negative 5. So what we do is we need to make x the subject over here. So we need to get rid of the 3. So I'm going to divide all 3 terms by 3. That's going to give us negative 5 over 3 over here, x in the middle, and 2 over here. We know 5 over 3 is negative 1.6 recurring. So what we have over here is between this, we have negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. These are the integer values. Question 17 says f of x equals to 5 minus 4x. Find f of negative 3. So we replace x with negative 3. That's going to be 5 minus 4 times negative 3. 5 plus 12, and that is 17. Then it says find f inverse x. So first what we'll do is we'll replace f of x with y. So we have y equals to 5 minus 4x. Right now, y is the subject of the equation. So what we need to do is we need to make x the subject. So I'm going to swap y with 4x. I'm going to divide 5 minus y by 4. So now what we do is we replace x with f inverse x and y with x. So 5 minus x over 4. That is your answer. Question 18, we have a quadrilateral PQRS, which is drawn on a 1 centimeter square grid. Write down the name of this special quadrilateral. So this is a trapezium. Let's write this down over here. This is a trapezium. And it says find the coordinates of the midpoint of QR. So for the midpoint of QR, first we need to find the coordinates of Q and R. Q is negative 2 and negative 3. And R is negative 5 and 2. So midpoint is going to be x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. Basically, we find the average of the x values and the y values. So negative 2 minus 5 over 2 and negative 3 plus 2 over 2. So that's going to be negative 7 over 2 for the x coordinate and negative 1 over 2 for the y coordinate. That's your midpoint. Part C says the length PS is equal to square root of m centimeters. Find the value of m. So for the distance of PS or the length of PS, let's write the coordinates first. S is negative 2, 5 and P is 4, 3. So distance is going to be square root of y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square. So that's going to be 3 minus 5 whole square plus 4 minus negative 2 whole square. Negative 2 whole square for this and 6 whole square for this. 4 plus 36, that is square root of 40. So m is 40. Question 19 says, we have these matrices and they want us to find the value of P minus 3Q. So 4, negative 1, negative 2, 3, minus 3 times 0, 5, negative 1, 4. So first we multiply the 3 with Q. That's going to give us 0, minus 3, 15, and 12. Now we subtract 4 minus 0, minus 2 plus 3, negative 1 minus 15, and 3 minus 12. 4, negative 16, 1, -9. Part B says the determinant of R is 11, find T. So R is 41T2, 41T2. So for the determinant, what we do is we multiply diagonally and then find the difference. So that's going to be 4 times 2 minus T times 1, and this equals to 11. So 8 minus T equals to 11. P equals to 8 minus 11, which is -3. Then for the second part, it's asking us to find the inverse of R. So firstly, R is now going to be 4, -3, 1, 2. We already have the determinant, which is 11. Formula for finding an inverse is 1 over the determinant times the transpose of the matrix. So the transpose of this matrix would be found by swapping the first two, like this diagonal. We'll swap it. So that's going to be 2, 4 over here. And for these two values, we're going to change their signs. So 1 becomes -1 and 3 becomes positive. So your inverse is now going to be 1 over 11 times 2, 3, -1, 4. So that is going to be 2 over 11, -1 over 11, 3 over 11, and 4 over 11. Question 20 says y is inversely proportional to the square root of x. Find the value of c and d. Y is inversely proportional to the square root of x. So that's going to be y equals to k over square root of x. And let's pick this first set of value to find the value of k, which is the constant of proportionality. So that's going to be 3 equals to k over square root of 4. 3 equals to k over 2, and 3 times 2 equals to k, which means k equals to 6. So now we have y equals to 6 over square root of x. So to find c, that's going to be 6 over square root of 9, which is 6 over 3, and that is 2. And to find the value of d, 0.6 equals to d, 0.6 equals to 6 over square root of d. Square root of d equals to 6 over 0.6, which is going to be, if we remove the decimal, we add a 0 over here. So 60 over 6, which is a 10. And to remove the square root, we will square both sides. So d is 100. So this is c and this is d. Question 21 says the diagram shows the positions of two ships A and B shown and drawn to a scale of 2 centimeter to 1 kilometer. So this is the diagram. Measure the bearing of B from A. So what you'll do is you'll put your compass over here and you will measure this angle. Wait, no. What you'll do is you'll put your compass over here like this and measure this angle. So when you measure this angle, whatever this value is, you will add 90 to it, and that would give you the bearing of B from A. Or what you can do is, alternative method is that you can measure this angle, and whatever this angle is, that's going to be over here, because in parallel lines, alternate angles are equal. So once you have this angle, you can subtract that from 180, and that would also give you the bearing. So you can use either of these methods. Then it says find the distance between the two ships A and B in kilometers. So whatever measurement you get over here in centimeters, you divide that by 2 and you would get your kilometers. Then a boy X is equidistant from A and B. and on a bearing of 260 degrees from B. By making an accurate drawing, mark the position of X on the diagram. So since it's equidistant from A and B, and on a bearing of 260 degrees from B, firstly, I'm going to show you roughly because I can't draw the accurate like this, but your 260 is going to be somewhere over here, approximately, because 260 bearing is going to come like this. Yeah, this is your 260 angle. So since it's equidistant from A and B, that means we draw a perpendicular bisector using the protractor. You will measure this A and B, which you would have done in the previous part. Let's assume this is 10 centimeters. So if it's 10 centimeters, what you do is you open your compass to more than half of this. So you open your compass to, like, let's say 6 centimeters, and then you will put your compass at A and you will draw an arc above and below the line. And then you will repeat the same steps for point P and you will draw your arc above and below the line. And what you will do is you will then connect the center of the two arcs, and that will be your perpendicular bisector, and that would give you the position of X as well. And you have to make sure that your bearing and your perpendicular bisector coincide with each other, because that would be the exact point where you mark X and give your position for that. Then one solution of the equation sine m equals to 0.63, where m is 141, correct to the nearest whole number. Find the solution when m is between 0 and 90. So what we do is we know that sine is positive in the first quadrant and the second quadrant. 141 is going to come over here. So which means this angle is the other angle which they're asking for, which is between 0 to 90. So we do 180 minus 141, and that is 39. That is your answer. Next question says the formula for the nth term of a sequence is 2n cubed. Find the third term. So for third term, n would equal to 3. So 2 times 3 cube is going to be 2 times 27, which is going to be 54. Here are the first 4 terms of another sequence. Write down the next term of this sequence. Now, so if you look at the numerator, we can see that they're all square numbers. 4 is 2 square, 9 is 3 square, 16 is 4 square, and 25 is 5 square. And if you look at the denominator, they're all odd numbers, and between each of them, there's a difference of 2. So the next square number would be 36, and the next odd number is going to be 11. As you can see, there's a difference of 2 between each of the odd numbers, so 9 plus 2 would be 11. And for the nth term, since we said that the numerators are square numbers and the denominators are whole number, for the denominator, there's a difference of 2. So we do 2n, but since 2n would give us an even number, we add 1 to this. So 2n plus 1 gives us odd numbers. And for the numerator, it's going to be n plus 1 whole square. Why n plus 1 whole square? Because if you do 1 plus 1, that's 2, and 2 squared is 4. If we do 2 plus 1 and square that, that's going to be 9. 3 plus 1 square is going to be 16. So nth term is n plus 1 whole square over 2n plus 1. Question 24 says, curved surface area of a cone is pi RL. The diagram shows a cone and a cylinder. The cone has a radius of 28 centimeters, a slant height of y centimeters. The cylinder has a radius of 15 centimeters and a height of 42 centimeters. Curved surface area of the cone and the cylinder are equal. Find the value of y. So what we'll do is that pi RL over here would be pi times 28 times y. Curved surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi RH. So that's going to be 2 pi times 42 times 15. So if we put this equal to each other, 2 pi times 42 times 15 equals to 28 pi times y. So 2 pi times 42 times 15 divided by 28 pi. So now let's simplify this. The pi's get cancelled out. 2 ones are 2. This is going to be 14. We know 14 times 2 is 7 and 6 times 7 is 42. 2 ones are 2. That's going to be 13. And 3 times 15 is 45. So y is 45. Question 25 says 0, P and Q are points as shown in the diagram. Express PQ as simply as possible in terms of A and B. So PQ is going to be this vector and in this direction. So that means we do PO plus OQ to find PQ. So PO would be negative A plus 2B. We changed the direction because the given vector is for OP. And OQ would be the same, 4A plus 4B. So that's going to be 3A plus 6B. This question says write as a single fraction in its simplest form. So whenever we are adding or subtracting, unlike denominators, we make the denominators equal. So I'm going to do that by multiplying the first fraction by 3x minus 2, both the numerator and denominator, and the second fraction by x plus 4. So that's going to give us 2x plus 3 times 3x minus 2 divided by x plus 4 times 3x minus 2 minus 5 times x plus 4 over 3x minus 2 times x plus 4. Expand the brackets. 6x squared minus 4x plus 9x minus 6 minus 5x minus 20. I'm going to write it as a single fraction, and the denominator is going to be 3x minus 2 times x plus 4. So now we combine the like terms. 6x squared remains as it is. Negative 4x plus 9x is 5x, and 5x minus 5x is 0, so x goes. And negative 6 minus 20 is negative 26 over 3x minus 2 times x plus 4.